I was talking with my mom about how I thought I was in the best mental state of my life. I told her, I bet I could run a marathon right now if I wanted to. Soon, I was gonna eat those words. She replied, really? There's one going on tomorrow. I was just watching the news this morning. Tomorrow? You mean to tell me there's a marathon going on tomorrow inside of our city? Marathons happen once, maybe twice per year inside of our city. And you mean to tell me there's one going on tomorrow, the day after I start talking shit? It was basically the universe just saying, you want to talk shit? Prove it. To describe my level of running in the most universal way possible, I run the 5K turkey trot with my family every year. With one exception being I impulse signed up for a half marathon 11 months ago and finished it by violently puking my guts out everywhere, never to run any distance even near that ever again. This was going to be 26.2 miles from the depths of hell. Luckily, I didn't have much time to think about it. The Great New York State Marathon is happening 20 minutes away from our house tomorrow, Sunday. So right now, I am driving to the race station to pick up my packet because I just signed up. So we're gonna see if we can run a marathon tomorrow. Because running to me is a complete mental game. Like I'm under the impression that you don't really have to train too much if you're mentally strong. But we'll see, dude. After collecting my packet, my entire preparation plan was watching one YouTube video about marathoning from a guy named Floberg Runs, and then it was time to run one myself. My plan is to go like the first 45 minutes podcast at a really, really light pace because it's two loops, it's two 13-mile loops is what the course is, which kind of sucks. But I may go like, maybe I'll just enjoy the scenery the first lap and just like no music, just super light, and then turn the music on like second one. It's one goal, just finish and don't walk. We got a packed crowd over here. One goal, boys, one goal. Finish the race. No walking.
All right.
Let's go. There's a certain feeling you get at one, the starting line of a race, and two, the feeling you get right before you're about to attempt something that you've never done before. The feeling of combining the two was honestly awesome, and I wish I could bottle it up, and I plan on doing more things like that to get that feeling again soon because it was awesome. We got off really well. The first couple miles were super tranquil and the size of the task hadn't exactly set in yet, so it was pretty enjoyable. All right, 1 mile in, nice little view. About to throw in a little podcast, holding a nice 10-minute pace. See how long we can hold this for, keep pushing. I was listening to Alex Hormozy and Chris Williamson's 3-hour episode from January 2024, and honestly, I was pretty surprised and happy that I was able to actively pay attention to the material while I was running, so this made for a pretty enjoyable first part of the race. Yo! 6 miles in, we're priming for a long one today. The app says 6.25 and the course says 6. So if we keep at this rate, we're probably going for like 28 miles, but that's okay. We're here to finish the race. We're settled in, not a good, right around 10-minute pace right now. Feel good. I had to pee like right at like 5.5 miles. I thought it was a nervous pee at the beginning, so I didn't go. I had to go. We're an hour in right now, and I'm still on the podcast. That still feel really good. The only hard part at this point was that the half marathon and 10K runners went out about like 15-20 minutes behind us. So like 30-40 minutes into the race, like I just started getting passed by a bunch of people who like I could definitely run faster than. And it just got super tough because it's like, well, I know I can run faster. I know I can catch these people, but like I also have like 3 or 4 hours left. So I should probably keep going slow. The The bit I was most scared of was the fact that it was 2 laps. So it's not a matter of like, hey, go run this 26.2 mile course. It's a matter of, hey, go run this 13.1 mile loop and decide whether you're going to turn right and go to the finish line or turn left and do it again. And of course the thought crosses your mind about 12 and a half miles in where you're like, hey, is this worth it? Is this really healthy? Should I even be doing this? 13.1 miles is good, right?
About 12.5 in, officially no longer able to pay attention to the podcast, so about to get to the turn. Not quit.
But I think the ability to turn your mind off completely in certain situations pays dividends.
All right, fish down lap number 2. So I feel it's gonna get a lot more lonely than the last couple check-ins, but hey, that's what we signed up for. It's not a run, it's see what we're made of. It's mile 14 right here, uncharted territory. Never ran as far in my life, so I'm gonna lock in. Probably won't update for a little while. See you guys soon.
The stretch from 14 to about 19 to 20 miles was kinda sucky, especially when you just ran the same loop before. There's no new sights to see. You're not feeling as light as you were before. Your mind's not as strong as it was when it was at the beginning, and you still got a long way to go. Luckily, I found a homie that I ran that bit with who was also running his first marathon.
Got homie here, ready to go. I'm switching to heavy metal right now. So mindset, go.
Then we got to 20 miles, and this is what I think the pro runners or like the running community calls the wall.
All right, we've resorted to a glorified speed walk. I'm doing good aerobically. I got feeling I'm in good shape, but my legs are fucked. Just past 20 and a half miles. So we got about 6 to go.
This is where the lack of training started to show itself. Like, I wasn't in bad shape aerobically. Like, I was breathing fine. I wasn't out of breath. I didn't feel like I was going to throw up, but my legs were just not used to this type of mileage. I don't think I've ever ran over 20 miles in 1 month in my entire life, maybe even in the span of 2 or 3 months, let alone at one time. Now you still have 6 miles to go. The last water station ran out of water, and it's not a matter of tiredness alone, but pure pain. This is where you discover pockets of your mind that you didn't know existed. Do you dig in, or do you give up?
At about 24 and a half miles right now. AirPods just died. Now we gotta really push. This is, dude, I'm in so much pain right now, bro. We gotta.
I've put myself through mental challenges in the past, but none of them ever pushed me like this. My original goal was to complete the race without walking, but I was not expecting this much pain. I ended up walking a couple times briefly, and I'm very strict on my goals. I'm like, once I commit to something, like committing to the race and not walking, I'm extremely strict about it. But I wasn't kicking myself for this one because I had never experienced gibberish self-talk before.
So fucking close.
Normally when things get rough, I talk to myself. You got this, keep pushing, don't forget who you are. But at around 25 miles, those self-talk thoughts and words turned into whoa, what is happening? But despite all of that, we made it.
Let's go, bro! You did it!
4 hours, 48 minutes, 42 seconds. And honestly, after a year of getting beaten down in business, learning some of the hardest lessons of my life, and going through, honestly, just a lot of shit in life, I have the highest self-confidence that I've ever had. And it's seeping over into other aspects of life as well. So my end takeaways with all of this are, you are stronger than your mind. And if you're ever lacking self-confidence, go yeet yourself into something extremely hard and force yourself to complete it. Also, I have a new love for running now, and I'm in preparation for my next marathon. So we'll see how much time we'll be able to take off of this previous score. Till then, I'll see you soon. Subscribe if you enjoyed.